on the 22nd of April. Yes, 23rd of April. We woke up and then, no, it must have been about the 22nd, discovered that the German guards had gone. And a senior, I think it was a Norwegian officer, had been put in charge of the camp. And he gave instructions no one to leave, as the Russians were very close. And on the 23rd, these Russian tanks arrived. And it was a sight never forget. These tanks went straight down the main road, I suppose you'd call it, of the camp, the barbed wire either side, knocking it down. Everybody was cheering, I remember. And they turned round, the tanks did, and come back up. And with the tanks, on some of the tanks, were Russian prisoners that was in a compound further down, sitting on the tanks, and some were walking, and it was said that they were continuing with the troops to Berlin. They were in a sad state, I must admit. And the next thing, another follow-up troops, as they moved off further on, the second wave of Russian troops come, which had women in them, amongst them as well. And we were treated just like prisoners as well by them. Short of food, not allowed out, but some did venture out, I'll agree. On one day there, several of us walked down to the Russian compound where they had killed a cow. We tried to get some of this meat to cook up, but didn't get much. They'd give us a bit of tripe, which we couldn't do anything with. It was horrible, really. But anyhow, eventually, word went round that American trucks were arriving. Well, everybody was quite pleased and excited. Was looking from there. When they did arrive, we rushed to them. I know I did. To get on one of the trucks, they was going to take us back to the American lines, which turned out to be about 18 kilometres away. But waited there in the trucks. Then some of the guards got very close and ordered everybody off the trucks. You're our prisoners. You're going home. We'll send you home through Odessa, they were saying. Anyhow, we got turned off the trucks, put back into the camp. And the word went round that they would come again in the morning, the Americans, because they didn't want to make bad friends or cause trouble with the Russians. So they said they'd return again in the morning, which they did. And again, I was one of the lucky ones to get on the trucks. This time somehow or other, I don't know how, I'd lost contact with Charlie and two new mates, Frank and Tommy. But anyhow, again, we got turned off the trucks with the Russians firing at us. So the message went round. Anybody fit enough to walk 18 kilometres, the Yanks would wait there for 24 hours waiting for us. I would join with a couple of three other chaps who got off the same lorry. We went into the woods that was close by, heading the direction that we was informed. But we was being fired on there by the Russians. As we was trying to escape, I suppose you'd call it. But we weren't the only ones, there was a load of others as well. But we was dodging in between the trees. But eventually the firing stopped and we carried on. met up with 4 or 5 others, and in the end, there was a group of 10 of us, but after a chatter amongst ourselves, 5 of them decided to return to camp. But we decided we got, started, we'd finish. And that night, during the day, I don't know how far we'd covered, I'm sure, but we were very tired and hungry. We come across this little village and we could smell new bread being baked. And of course that made us worse, made us feel hungry. And we sorted out and spoke to some Russian guards and took a chance that we'd speak with them. And they indicated for us we made them understand who we were after war, ex-prisoner of wars, English, and they cottoned on to who we were. They took us into a house and ordered us to sit down. And they disappeared. Well, it was only a matter of 10 minutes, I guess. And they come back with 4 or 5 jars of bottled meat and a big bucket of milk. And indicated to us to eat and drink and then to lay down and sleep. So we really got stuck into this bottled meat. It was good. And the milk. So we finally said, well, we're stopped there, and we slept through the night, and then the following morning we thought, well, we better say thank you to these Russians, but we didn't know where they were. But we went outside, and eventually we saw these chaps coming back to us, pushing bicycles. We thought, well, are they the same men, or are they? And it turned out they were, and they got bicycles for us to ride instead of having to walk, because we informed we was going to America. And there was 4 bicycles, so we shared one, gave one a lift so far, and then changed over, 5 hours on 4 bikes. Then eventually we got to refusal, where the loaded German civilians, we was trying to get through to the bridge and couldn't get through. But eventually we made contact with the Russians that was guarding the bridge, which was the entrance for the Germans to get across into the Yankee zone. But they weren't allowing that. They was going to keep them in their side. But eventually we got contact with them and told them we want to get over, and no. Then they realised who we were, and I pointed to my bike, flat tire, no good. So they took this bike away from me. I can see them now, more or less snatching it away from me, give it to a German lady, and snatched her bike away from her, and indicated for us to go across the bridge, which we did. And it was not long after we got over the bridge, we remember turning left and going along this road, we heard grenades going off. We thought, have we done right? They're still fighting. Anyhow, suddenly 3 or 4 Yanks come out from the woods away in front of us, 100 or 150 yards in front of us. And they looked, and we put our hands up and we called out, English. And we gradually met up. And from there, we threw our bikes on the grass, and they got transport for us and took us to their headquarters, where we was given some food, drink, cigarettes,